Welcome back, responsible business leaders. In today's session, we are going to explore how charitable giving isn't just good for the soul, it's also beneficial for your business. So, understanding how strategic contributions can lead to tax advantages is key, and we're here to dive into that. But before we get into this topic, let me introduce myself. So, my name is Shane Harris, and around here on these social media streets, I'm also referred to as Shane the Negotiator. And I help coaches, consultants, and service providers who are overwhelmed and lack guidance to achieve true financial freedom. And I do that by providing expert tax and coaching services. That is what I do, and that is who I help. So today we're going to talk about charitable giving benefits, strategic contributions, and tax advantages. So charitable contributions are donations made to qualified nonprofit organizations. These contributions can often be deductible from your business taxable income, reducing your overall tax liabilities. So it's a way to give back to the community while managing your finance efficiently. So some qualifying contributions. So not all contributions qualify for the deductions. Generally, donations to recognized charities, nonprofit schools, hospitals, and religious organizations are deductible, and others generally are not. However, political donations and gifts to individuals, they definitely are not. Always ensure the organization is IRS recognized to qualify for the tax benefits. So calculating the deductions. The deductions amount varies based on your business structure. So for corporations, it's usually limited to a percentage of the taxable income. And for pass-through entities, like if you're a sole proprietor or if you're a partnership or you're an S corporation, it aligns with your individual tax rules. So for the ones who are passed through, so if you are an LLC, if you're a sole proprietor, or as they mentioned, if you are an S corporation or you have a partnership, your business taxes pass through to you, the individual, or if you're the shareholder, and you file your personal taxes. So if you have donated to charities, then you would have to follow the rules for the individual taxes, which is normally a certain percentage that you can write off based on your adjusted gross income. So that would be on your Schedule A as a deduction. For everyone else, if you're a corporation, then you can write off directly through the business through certain charities. Okay. So before we get into more about charities, let me just pull up on the IRS website to show you what this looks like. So if you want to know if your organization that you are planning on donating to or contributing to, if you want to know if this is going to be tax exempt or not, you can actually look it up and see. Okay. So let me see, window. Let's see, we want to go with, I'm trying to, hold on one second. All right, here it is, the screen. You know, sometimes I'll be slow on the draw when it comes to pulling stuff up. All right, so here is on the IRS site. So let me go ahead and share this link so that you guys can see if you want to go and copy this so that you can check for yourself. So I know I use this often when I'm filing you guys' taxes, because some of these organizations that you have paid into, I need to do a check to see if it's on the list or not. And you can also do the same thing. So the site is apps.irs.gov/app/EOS. And then you go to this site and then you can bookmark this and check up the organizations whenever you like. So here's the tax exempt organization search. This is coming directly from the IRS website. Don't use any of those other sites. Use the IRS site because this is going to be the most updated. So you want to select the database. So you're going to do a search all, or if you know which one of these it falls under, then you can choose it. Now, I would leave this to the professionals, the tax professionals. If you're a lawyer or if you're familiar with this. Everybody else, leave it at search all. Don't worry about the other options that's available, okay? Next, you're going to search by. So you have two options, either your employer identification number, which is your EIN for your business, or the organization name. So I'm going to select organization name because that's the one I'm going to use. So if you use EIN, then you just enter the EIN number here. If you use organization name, then you're going to enter the organization names here. So I have pulled up a charity on here. So we're going to use National Park Foundation. That's the charity that I've selected. So I looked up a list of tax exempt organization. What I say it was National Park Foundation. That's in DC. So National Park Foundation. Okay. And well, I didn't put in, so you can put the states. I didn't put in the Washington State, well, DC, District of Columbia, before I hit the search. So it took a little bit longer because it's searching all the states. So the more information that you have, the better it is to input this information so that it can process a little bit quicker. Okay, so here it is. It has the organization popped up. So it shows their EIN number, the organization's name, the state, Washington, the city, Washington, the state, District of Columbia, DC, and the country is United States. And this is in the publication 78 data and copies of the tax return. So this is the organization information. This pretty much tells me that this is accredited for the IRS, and then you can get the deductions for this particular organization. They have the tax returns. If you want to look up your organization, this is extra information I'm giving you. If it's a tax exempt organization, like a nonprofit organization, copies of their tax returns is going to be present, so you can actually see how the organization is doing. So even if you're planning on donating to a particular organization and you want to research this company, you can do so because they have the information here for it. So this tool can be used for multiple resources. Either you want to research the company or you want to find out if you can get tax exempt, if you can donate to them, and it can be deductible when you file your taxes. Okay. So let me we'll stop this and go back. Stop share. Okay. So let's go back into now. So we're going to go into calculating the deductions. So the deductions amount, no, we already talked about that. It varies based on the corporations or not. So documentation and compliance, that is the next one we're going to talk about. So accurate documentation is crucial. So here it is, that documentation and that record keeping again. We cannot get away from documentation and record keeping in business. It's inevitable. It's the basis. It's the foundation. You have it everywhere you go. So, and I keep stating this in every time I do a presentation for you guys, because I want you guys to really understand the importance of this. So accurate documentation is important. Keep records of all donations, including receipts from the charity, stating the amount and confirming that no goods or services was received in return. So if you received goods or services, then this is not a charitable contribution. You cannot deduct it. For non-cash donations, such as property or equipment, the valuation becomes important and might require an appraisal. So this is if you're donating property or equipment, there's going to need to be a valuation that's done to get the value. You got to get appraisal to see how much it's worth. And that appraisal is going to give you how much you can actually deduct and how much is going to be going towards charity and how much you can deduct as a charitable contribution. Strategic giving. So thinking strategically about your charitable giving, align your donations with your business values and goals. It's not just about a tax deduction. It's about making meaningful contributions that resonate with your brand and your clientele. Now, let's face it, it's also about reducing our taxes as well. And I'm going to be real about that. So yes, you want to give, and it has to align. You want it to align with your goals and values for your business, but also it's a great way to reduce some of your taxes, especially if you're going to be owing or you have a large volume of income that you had that year or a particular year, and you need to offload some of this money in positive ways. You can donate to charity, and that'll be a deduction to you, and your business is going to help you. And of course, it's going to help that charity at the same time. And this is all a part of tax planning as well. So if you're not doing tax planning, you're doing your business a disservice. So you want to reach out to a professional, and you can also reach out to me because I do offer tax planning. This is one thing that I definitely talk a lot about. And I would have my link that's going to be scrolling across the screen for you if you need to reach out to me for any of these services that I'm going to be speaking about. Past, future, or present. Okay, so real life business scenario. So let's consider a business that donates a portion of its profits to an environmental cause. This not only benefits the environment, but also enhances the company's reputation among its eco-conscious customers, creating a win-win situation for everybody. So some long-term benefits beyond immediate tax benefits, strategic charitable giving can have a long-term advantages. It can strengthen your brand, it can build customer loyalty, and even improve employee morale and engagement. So to conclude and wrap this on up, charitable giving can be a powerful tool for businesses offering both tax benefits and contributions to a positive brand image. So plan your contributions thoroughly to maximize these benefits. So you didn't know when it comes to taxes and it comes to running your business, you can use taxes into your advantages. So the more you make and the more you understand about money and taxes, the more exciting it's going to become, because the doors, the windows, everything is just opens up so much more for you to be able to deduct and write off. The sky's the limit on what you can deduct. I mean, it has limitations, but you know what I mean. So some teasers for next week. So come on in, come on in. In our next session, we'll address a critical and often confusing aspect of business finances, state tax nexus. Actually, no, we did the state tax already. Next is when we did the sales tax, but however, I'm just going to do another one. It's going to be shorter, and I'm only going to talk about the nexus, and I'm going to go into a little bit more details about that. So that's why it's coming up again. Okay. So in closing, thank you for joining today's session on charitable giving. And if appropriate, if you appreciate the information that I've given and you have found insights and this is beneficial to you, or maybe it's beneficial to someone else, like, share, and subscribe. And here's to making impactful contributions both in business and in society. And I will see you on the next video. And until next time, have a great and wonderful day.